Back in 400 BC, Plato posited that the right question is usually more important than the right answer. Einstein once said if he had an hour to solve a problem, he'd spend the first 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about solutions. Asking the right questions is a lot like identifying the right problem. A great educator puts the scholar as the center of all learning. I've been in education long enough to have visited enough classrooms to know that our scholars can be taught to teach and learn on their own at almost any age. My imagination limited me to believing that scholars couldn't teach new topics that were completely unfamiliar to them, or that they had to be a certain age, like in high school, or that they had to come from stable, middle class, or affluent households where they were taught to be respectful in the classroom. None of those things have to be true. I've seen third graders in the poorest congressional district in the United States lead instruction on a completely new topic with unbelievable poise. See, a good educator is easily noticed when you walk into a classroom. A great educator goes largely unnoticed, merely setting up the learning environment and the conditions for learning, and then becoming nothing more than a facilitator of the learning process. One of the most effective ways to transition yourself from the center of instruction to a facilitator is by using inquiry-based teaching. Inquiry-based teaching is an educational strategy where the educator guides scholars through questions, problems, and scenarios rather than simply presenting facts. This approach encourages scholars to explore, ask questions, and discover new understandings. Inquiry-based teaching shifts the focus from teacher-led instruction to scholar-driven exploration by using open-ended questions or questions that can't simply be answered with a response of yes or no. One of the most well-known educators who implemented and later refined this approach was the philosopher Socrates. His Socratic modeling is a form of inquiry-based teaching with guided questioning. Instead of providing answers, ask thought-provoking questions that encourage scholars to think critically. For example, in a history lesson about the Great Depression, instead of stating facts, ask, what do you think were the main factors that led to the Great Depression? Follow up with questions like, how did these factors impact our society? And what can we learn from this period in history? Incorporate open-ended questions into your lessons to promote deeper thinking. These questions should be designed to encourage scholars to explore different perspectives and develop their reasoning skills. For example, in a science lesson about climate change, ask, how do human activities contribute to climate change? And what solutions can we implement to mitigate its effects? These questions require scholars to analyze information, form opinions, and articulate their thoughts. They can't simply say yes or no and be done. I'm a big proponent of inquiry-based teaching because of its ability to give agency to the learner. The most effective educators understand that their scholars have the answers and they retain information better when they discover the answers on their own. By empowering scholars to question, explore, and engage deeply with the material, we not only cultivate critical thinking skills and enhance understanding, but also ignite a genuine passion for learning.